Today we are doing luxury items I would never purchase. Hi Lovies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Funmi Ford. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a content creator, but she's a Naija babe. Nigerian born. My channel is all things fashion, beauty, travel, entrepreneurship with a little bit of luxury sprinkled in between. Today we are doing luxury items I would never purchase. Now this is just a small list. I didn't want to do a huge list, but before we start, you comment a luxury item that you bought and it just didn't live up to the hype. It was either couldn't fit, it was too small, it didn't look good, or it wasn't functional. So comment below, let me know what luxury items you've bought that you realize you weren't getting cost per wear, or it just didn't live up to the hype. Today I'm only doing a couple and I want to go ahead and get started. So let's get into the first luxury item that I would never purchase again. The first item, I would just like to blame every influencer out there that made these shoes seem like they were God's gift. I literally had a friend that said, Funmi, I have 6 of these. You're going to love them. You need to get them. I text her after I bought it and I said, sis, I'm going to need you to give me back my money. Like, run me my coins back, because these are $600, $700 pair of shoes, and they are the Hermes Oran sandals. I mean, they're cute. Like, don't get me wrong. Look at the stitching. Stitching is beautiful. Look at the color. I mean, Hermes is known for its great leather, its great stitch work. It's that pebbled leather. But when I tell you, if you have wide feet in any way, if your feet are wide and fat, these are not the shoes for you. These shoes will embarrass you. Embarrassment. They did to me. I bought them in my regular size 37. I'm a US 7, 37, UK, EU. And so I got the size I thought I needed. Did not fit at all. Like, my toes look like Vienna sausages inside of them. I'm going to put a video of the shoes actually on my feet. It squishes the feet. This is not wide enough. And y'all, Jesus walked in these sandals. These sandals are prehistoric. They are Jesus 360s. There's no padding. If you're gonna get them, please get inserts so that you can have some cushion. If you don't have an arch, you're not gonna make it in these sandals. I have never worn a pair of sandals that felt like I was walking barefoot until I got these. So not only is it squishing my feet, it has no support because it's like literal wood. There's no flexibility. Save your money. Save your money and get the dupes on Amazon. Save your money and get another pair of sandals. But yeah, they're cute. For under $1,000, you feel like you're getting luxury for nothing, but it's not worth the money if you have wide feet or you need some sort of arch support. These are not the shoes for you. So that's the first thing that I would recommend not buying. The second item is another pair of shoes. I would also recommend save your money and get the dupes off Amazon or Steve Madden. They are the Mach Mach heels. Now, I've worn these. Don't get me wrong. I did wear them. But for the price that you're paying for it, it's not worth it. Again, they have been worn, so they're dirty. Don't get, like, they are dirty. A sister wore them. As soon as I got them, the first event I wore them to, I was like, yes, these are them. They're beautiful. They photograph well. I mean, but if you are talking about first a little bit uncomfortable, if I had to rate them uncomfortability wise, I would give them like a 6. Like, they weren't bad. By the end of the night, I did want to rip them off my foot, but I was in them for hours, no problem. The issue is the quality. I hadn't worn it 3 times before the jewels popped off the legs. Like this right here, there are parts where the jewels are missing. Like, I'm just like, no, I paid for these. They're not supposed to be popping off already. But yes, the jewels have popped off from around the bow, and especially around where it wraps around your ankles. The heel is not that high, which I'm short, so I love a high heel. I would have liked the heel to be a little bit higher. The arch is not so bad because the heel is not high. But again, you can get the dupes from Steve Madden or Amazon and save a lot of money. For the price that you're paying for these Mach Mach, the jewels should not be falling off after 2-3 wears. Like, there's no way. And I had seen a lot of reviews where they were like, the jewels fall off, the jewels fall off. And I was like, I don't care. I still want it. It's okay. And now I'm like, give me back, run me back my money. But I've already worn them, so they were like, no, ma'am, we're not taking those back. So save your coins, get the dupes. This is a series. Save your coins, get the dupes. SYCGTD. I'm going to put it down below. That's the hashtag right there. Save your coins, get the dupes. This is not so much about this bag itself. I absolutely love this Valentino Roman stud. It's a lot like the rock stud, except the studs are a little bit bigger. I do have the Valentino rock stud bag in red, and I absolutely love it. The Roman stud, I think I got this last year. It's absolutely beautiful. It's knit. It's gorgeous. There goes the light. I'm going to put a picture to the side of me actually wearing it last year to an event. The reason why I would say don't get this is after one wear, it's not so much the bag itself, it's the material. When you're buying a bag or you ask me about a bag you should buy, I always ask, what do you like as a person? Do you baby things? Are you one of those people that get designer and it's like a little baby? You hold it in your hand the whole time. You're afraid to let people touch it. Like, you baby your bags. You take care of it. As soon as you come home, you put the bag insert. You put it on the shelf. You put it in the box or the dust bag. If you're one of those, then cloth bags are going to be amazing for you. But if you're like me, I went to a brunch with this bag, and by the end of the night, after 30 mimosas, this bag was in the grass. People had come to hold it. People had taken pictures with it, which I don't care. Like, sis, if I got a bag and you love it, come hold it so that you can see if you want to buy it. People were like, can I take a picture? I want to hold it. I'm like, girl, take it. But by the end of the night, it was in the grass. This is knit, right? It's cloth. That means that if it's not Scotch Guard or something like that, everything is going to bleed onto it. Sometimes your clothes will bleed onto it. Grass, makeup on your hands. And that's what happened. People came, it was hot. They had makeup on their hands, makeup on their face, and they were holding it. So let me just show you. I don't know if you can see. There we go. Do you see that? Do you see it? Makeup. Just makeup all over the bag. There's grass stains at the bottom of the bag. So if you know the type of person that you are and you know you're hard on your handbags, I would say opt for leather. Do not opt for cloth. Don't opt for, and if you opt for leather, crocodile, caviar, leather that is durable, not lambskin or leather that you have to baby so much. So cloth bags, this is just a bag I would never buy. If I was going to get the Roman stud, I would get it in the leather and not this bag. I mean, it was a moment, but after that moment, I was so mad at myself for how I treated the bag. Because, I mean, look at it. I just threw it on the floor. So, granted. Another bag that I just would never buy just because of cost per wear. This is also a suede bag. So number one, I wouldn't do it again because it's another cloth that I have to baby. But then also cost per wear. Have you ever bought a bag and every time you went to go pick it up, it never went with anything? Like it never looked good with any of your outfits. This is this bag. One, I love small bags, so it's entirely too big. That's number one. It's entirely too big. I bought this when I was in California in February. I brought it home and realized it just was too big. It's so fun. Don't get me wrong. It's so fun. I love that it's fun. It's easy. It's not fussy. It is suede, so I do have to be more careful with it. but it's a bag that's a little bit too big for me, and the color just doesn't go with a lot of the items that I put on my body. The color's fun, it's vibrant, but because of the size, I just don't wear it. And it's a bag that I will probably sell because I don't wear it. So that's one of my tips. Before you buy a bag, can you see yourself wearing it with 10 different items, with 5 different items, with 3 different items? Can you see yourself styling it with a bunch of different things? Does it go with the colors that are already a part of your closet and your family, your bag family? Or is this something that you have to try really hard to find things to match with? This is a bag I should have thought a little bit harder before I actually bought it. The next bag I just would not get, and it's a bag that I bought, only wore once, and then realized like, yeah, it's too heavy. It's too heavy and it has to be babied too much, and that is the Bottega Veneta padded cassette bag with the chain. The reason why it's a beautiful bag, don't get me wrong, but the reason why I just would not invest the money into it is it's already heavy. The chain is the heaviest thing you've ever seen in your life. Look at that. It's crossbody. Then it has a top handle chain. Y'all, the chain is too heavy. So the bag by itself with nothing in it is heavy. Then when you put things in it, it's heavier. So it's not a bag that you can just wear every single day. If you want to get a padded cassette, get it without the chain. Trust me, get it without the chain. It's easier to wear. It's a crossbody that's not going to bite into your neck or your chest when you're wearing it. I would highly recommend the bag itself, but without the chain. And then the last thing I will say that I would probably never buy again is a pair of jeans. It's the only clothing item that I just did not like, and I've never worn it. I've never worn the Balmain bag, the orange bag with the tassels, and I've actually never worn these Agolde jeans. It still has the tags. It's something that I'll probably sell. First of all, when I was buying it, somebody said, well, buy this size, because I told them what my size was, and they told me to buy size 28. No, I should have bought a 30. These fit small. So if you're thinking about getting a pair, make sure that you go maybe a size up. I cannot button these jeans to save my life. They are the asymmetrical jeans, so they button to the side, but you have to bring the button all the way over here in order to button it, and it did me no good. It also gave me a pancake booty, and I don't know about you, but I want my butt to be a fruit, not a pancake. I want like a peach, apple bottom. I don't want a soggy bottom pancake booty. And that's what these jeans did for me. I will try to maybe get them in another size, but once you do wrong by my booty, I don't want you. So I probably will never buy these Agolde, or what I'll do is go in store and try another pair on. Jeans are just something that I can't buy online. I have to buy in the store. These items, there are people that love them. There are people that are like, no, the bags are awesome, and that's fine. But for me, they just did not work for me. I hope this video helped. I hope you saw some things that you thought about buying, but now you're like, maybe not. This is a series that we're going to keep doing. I have some other items, but I wanted to keep this video short and really go in depth about why some of the items didn't work for me. If you are not a part of my community, please think about hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of my family. If you're one of my regular lovies, thank you so much for coming and sitting and chatting with me. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I go live, and catch me on all my other socials down below. I will see you next time. Bye.